Hello, everyone. Welcome,
Hi.
welcome all to the Low Quality Podcast.
Feeling welcome. Yes, welcome. We are very low quality, always with these low quality intros.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we've got a bit of a more structured day today, I suppose. The last episode was quite fun, though, gotta say. Like, it was a wobbly mess, but it was cool.
Yeah. It was
Like,
cool.
we actually had some interesting discussions. And honestly, I may start getting back into YouTube, but just making shorts. I don't know. But that breaks the
that's
code.
mine. That's mine.
No, I just like there are like two shorts I would make out of the last stream. There are two moments that I feel like could be shorts. Maybe three.
I guess.
Speaking of YouTube, though, that's kind of today. Today is YouTube. Welcome. It's National YouTube Day. And on National YouTube Day, I would like to ask, Danny.
Yeah.
Why did you start YouTube?
Well, I started YouTube. I tried to start YouTube in 2013, I think. 2014. I uploaded one video. It's deleted. You can't find it anywhere. I uploaded a video. It was a channel trailer. I wanted to make videos, but I had no idea how to. Right? Then in 2018, in the summer, I randomly uploaded a video to my channel. For the first time in like so long. So I did that, and I realized I still couldn't make a YouTube video. So I So I made another one, and that one's the one that's up right now as my first video.
Ah, okay, got it. There were 3 beginnings, as I understand it.
Yes.
Right. Why did you want to do that though? Like, what pushed you to make those first videos, would you say?
So I'm gonna talk about like how my channel actually started. The first video that's on my channel right now was because I wanted to talk about Baldi's basics. Like I wanted to do like a review kind of thing, but I didn't know how to write a video, so I just called them reviews. But it was really just me ranting about like talking. I was just talking.
Yeah, so it's like passion for the subject is like, I want people to know what I think of this thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I'm about to sound like altruistic in comparison.
Yeah, but then I uploaded like a bunch of little like I uploaded a bunch of little fucking like reviews that are all down because I wanted to hide my face again. So so they're all down right now. You can't watch them. They're privated. Maybe someday when because I want to reveal my face when I'm like 18, right? So if someone simps for me, it's at least legal, right?
Okay.
That, you know, that's just saying.
I mean, I'm hot and I've been showing my face the whole time.
Yeah, but like still. By the way, you're still slideshow. By the way, just putting that out there. You're slideshow.
Oh yeah, that's how it should be. That is the optimal state.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
Right. I would say the reason I started YouTube, growing up, I spent a lot of time watching, mostly I was watching like Jacksepticeye. Like I've seen most of his older videos. I watched him a lot.
Yeah,
so I grew up with
yeah.
Jacksepticeye, other people I can remember. No, I was into some of the Minecraft stuff actually, like popular MMOs. I used to watch that channel. I'm heartbroken, but I'm not going to get into it. I used to watch a lot of those, and I didn't have like any friends or anything growing up. So, man, it's about to sound like parasocial, but like that was kind of the closest thing I had to like being able to sit down and enjoy time with somebody.
My God.
No. I was a sad kid, but just that was an awesome time for me, right? Like so much of what I know and even a lot of how I talk has been influenced specifically by YouTube. I have grown up a big part by YouTube, and it's just that kind of relationship between the viewer and creator is something I absolutely love. And that's something I wanted to have with other people. I wanted to be somebody else's Jacksepticeye in my life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I started YouTube.
I wanted to be Dan TDM.
Okay.
For my entire life, I've wanted to be Dan TDM.
Like, you just generally want to be him.
Just like make his style of content. And here's what's interesting, because I actually made it. I did it. I became like a Dan TDM type thing, right?
Right.
I made like Minecraft videos. I did some mods, you know, I did the shit that I was supposed to do, right? And then I wasn't happy. I didn't like it. I didn't like making Minecraft content. I've stated this like so many times, but I don't like making Minecraft content or any gaming content right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fair. I mean, even Dan TDM himself has moved on quite a lot from Minecraft, hasn't he? He's gone on to a lot of variety content.
He's
And even
he's
then,
not,
like
he's not he's barely uploading.
yeah. And he doesn't edit his own stuff even anymore. So
Actually, I rewatched
I mean,
some of Dan's old content, and like, you know what's really funny? He barely edited his videos anyway. So like it was barely
I mean,
edited.
yeah, I feel like gaming content is definitely like one of the more draining things on the platform. A lot of people seem to fall out of it after a few years, even the successful ones, which is kind of wild. It really is.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's just the successful ones, right? Like, you spend years trying to get successful. Most people I've heard like talk about their experience on YouTube growing large say that it takes like 7 or 8 years sometimes to ever take off. Or sometimes on the lower end you have like 4 or 5 years, but like that's still the difference between like say like an 18-year-old succeeds. That means they've been doing this since they were 13. That's a huge gap of time, right? Especially when you're young. Like maybe if you're older it's not as much, but like 5 years. And for 5 years of time to be spent like creating content, like it's interesting to think about the experience that comes with that time, right? Or just the small creators experience. Like in my small creating experience, it has just been hyper stressful. Like YouTube is one of the most stressful things. I love it. I really do. Like I said, I really care about that. Like viewer content creator kind of connection. I love that. I've heard people speak out against parasocial relationships and stuff, and to an extent I agree. There's a point where it gets out of hand, but I feel like it's okay to have a friend in somebody that you don't entirely know, right?
Yeah.
Like, am I wrong on that? Okay.
No,
But
you're not wrong.
just like being a small creator is one of the strangest experiences because it is one of the most stressful things, but it feels so great when you just make a video you like, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's, yeah. What's your experience with it?
My experience as a small content creator is that I made videos that I liked to do. I always made videos that I liked to do. I've never done videos that I didn't love doing. I didn't like at least a little bit. Like any video, I became much more I became much more strict on what types of content would be allowed in like each channel that I made. And I realized that just didn't help either. So I just not like now I just have it so the channels are completely arbitrary. Like they're completely arbitrary now.
Yeah.
And
That really does highlight like one of the big things of being a small creator is that freedom where you aren't actually shackled down to any one thing. You haven't found success in something, so there's nothing to replicate. There's no recipe to do again. You just do what you think you want.
Except sex appeal tier lists. Literally the only thing that I have gotten repeated scientific proof that it works every single time. It works every single time, by the way.
Science.
It's science. It's literal science. I said, like, okay, I want views and subscribers. What do? I make a sex appeal tier list. That is my go-to option if I want more subscribers.
Yeah. I mean,
any channel. It works in any channel.
I didn't even know you've spread them on different channels.
Yes, I did the first two installments on. I did the first two installments on the second channel. But then
Right. So it's just a situation of like this channel needs boost. Sex appeal.
sex appeal. It's that simple. I didn't even think it would do that well, but it did. Like the first sex appeal tier list, like the Five Nights at Freddy's one, has like more than 10,000 views.
That's terrifying.
It is terrifying. The Ultra Kill one has almost 8,000. That is
For me,
insane.
I had a really long phase where I was absolutely like chasing a successful formula. I was trying so hard to make something that would get views. I made how to make a good parkour map.
That's it.
It
didn't work again though.
30,000.
It didn't work again. It wasn't a science. It wasn't a science.
It may have. I'm going to have to look it up. But if I go to studio, I think there has been decent success on.
Turn the camera to your monitor. Turn the camera to the monitor.
Fine, whatever. Here's all my statistics and my social security number. So here it is. Okay, yeah, it's not quite at 1,000, but 823 is not bad. That's not bad at all.
True.
It has found some viewership.
Yeah.
Ooh. Right there. Wait. Is that right? That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right at all. Okay. Well, wonky ragon time for the rest of this. It's going to take a bit for my brain to recollect where I was. Right, I was kind of chasing that success for a good while, and I followed it up quite immediately with how to make a good hide and seek map. And then it blows up too. Like, it's always been about half the rate of how to make a good parkour map, which is wild. Like, why? Why are people out to get a tutorial on how to make a hide and seek map in Minecraft? Why is this a thing? But it's a thing. And I've seen some of the most wholesome comments. I saw a dude. It's like, hey, I'm a dad who loves making these for his kids. I used to, and I wanted to get back into it. And your tutorial helped me. And I'm like, you're melting my heart, but it's not that good. I'm not giving good tips. But at the same time, like, I don't like making tutorials at all. I really don't. Tutorials are really slow and it's kind of boring to make overall.
Yeah.
I mean, I make decent tutorials. Apparently people get a lot of help out of them. I don't know how, but it helps people, so that's good. But like, the videos I do enjoy making, I'd say probably the most enjoyable ones I've made have been like larger collab type videos or just like a whole bunch of people. Or one video I really liked making that did so poorly was the limit of Skyblock. That video hurts me to this day.
I don't remember what that video was about. Not gonna lie.
I find it so interesting. The idea was just like, what is everything you can get in Skyblock? Like, how big amount of stuff can you get? And it was inspired from a video of like Skyblock, but it's just one grass block. How far can you get? So I thought, like, if you can get this far, how far can you get, like, in normal Skyblock? And I got to the point where grass blocks were reproducible. Like, you could create more dirt infinitely.
Wait, how? How did you do that?
Okay, this is crazy. Most people don't know about this, but if you can get gravel, which you can get from Piglin Trades, I think it was, then, or at the very least, you can get it from Wandering Trader. I know that. Gravel plus dirt, 2 gravel, 2 dirt, will make coarse dirt. And then you get like for coarse dirt. If you use a hoe on coarse dirt, it turns back into dirt. So you have turned your gravel into dirt. That's like an actual thing. I did genuine research for that video. Like, I got up to enchanted diamond stuff in Skyblock. But no one cared. Like,
Nobody
no
cared.
one watched it.
Yeah, I can
did
imagine.
full subtitles. So many replay mod shots. I had like all the shots planned out, large document of them. It was brilliant. Nobody watched it. And the music transitions, they are so good. But nobody watched it.
Nobody watched
It makes
it.
me sad. I cry every time. Like,
Yeah.
have you had any sort of videos like that? Like, just you want it to succeed so bad and it just doesn't.
Hey, let me look it up. Let me look it up. Because there's a couple. There's a couple. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. No. Talk about something weird. Well,
Talk about something weird? How do I talk about something weird? I don't know.
I expected my bored beats video to do a lot better.
Oh.
It has
Alright.
33 views right now. It is blocked in Russia, and that is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Because I used the "Wake Me Up Before You Go" sample, and I played it for a little bit, and I got blocked in Russia. And that is beautiful. That's amazing. That is awesome.
Just Russia.
Just Russia. Nowhere else. Just Russia.
I imagine a NATO conference. Everybody hears bored beats. They're like, yeah, this is cool. Russia man slams his fist into the desk and walks off. Can't stand this. Everyone else is vibing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is the image that's created in my head.
I also expected Black White, the music video, to do a lot better. But no. Rip Doom has to get all of it. Okay, sure, buddy. I mean, it was a nice tribute. I did a nice tribute, honestly. That's from the bottom of my heart. That's great stuff. I'm glad that got 92 views. I'm happy about that. But like, watch my other stuff, please. I spent time.
White, that was kind of sick. Like, video and song were sick. I do enjoy Black White. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great track.
The title was actually based on like this TV show that was like this family, this white family and this black family, they swapped races in exactly the way that you would think of. Give it a moment to sit in your head.
Like blackface?
Yes.
And then whatever the opposite's called?
Yes.
Is
And
the
the
opposite
show
called like, would you call it like a whitewash?
Whiteface. Yeah, probably. But the show was called Black White, and that's what I based it off of.
Odd. Okay,
And
so
the
it actually
song
was
has
just
nothing-
flat out racial.
The song has nothing to do with it. It's just the title, by the way. It was originally
okay.
called Two Colors Black and White, but the title of this really racist, silly show was so funny that I decided to just call it Black White. Okay, that's it. That's all that is all that it's to it. All right, I don't want to get canceled, please.
Yeah. Like, okay. Let's say that hypothetically, like, your music blows up and you have subscriber count. Let's say like 10,000. 10,000 is pretty reasonable here on YouTube, I'd say.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, you could make a living off 10,000 subs if you actually know what you're doing.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So let's say you get to that point. Do you feel like you'd be happy at 10,000 subs? What would you be doing?
I would still be doing like music. Definitely.
Right. So do you just see yourself kind of producing the same way you always have?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna let the fame get to my head. Just more eyes on
I
me.
mean, I imagine though, there's a lot of added pressure knowing that there is
Yeah,
a
there is.
built-in audience to everything you make.
Absolutely.
Like you can
Absolutely.
now be seen in everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like how much does it change the approach?
I feel like it would change how I expect a video to go. Like, let's talk about videos that got way more views than they should have. For
Uh,
me, it was I'm bald, a shit post that I posted to my main channel for no reason, where it was after I shaved my head for charity. I shaved
why?
my entire head for like cancer. It was cancer research. And I made a video where I showed myself bald. I was bald. It was the only video that I've ever been bald in, by the way. And I specifically played Bald by JPEG Mafia to just make it even funnier. I can't play it here because I'll get fucking blown up by the feds or something. But like, you know, still. So I put that for maximum funny, and it got 80 views and 6 likes.
Right? I feel like when it does come to success, a big chunk of it that matters a lot is what actually got you there, right?
Yeah.
Because like if it were the music that got you successful, then we've heard that scenario. Let's say that one of those kind of posts does get you up to 10,000 subs and people don't watch the music still. Like it gets like 200 views, but literally anything else is getting thousands. What are you doing?
It is such a weird scenario.
It is, but I see it happen where creators really enjoy making a certain kind of content, but then literally anything else succeeds, right? I've seen that. So let's say that a specific kind of, say like your gaming content, actually, you're no longer
Yeah.
enjoying it quite as much. Let's say it blew you up. People aren't really listening to the music, but they're sticking around for gaming content specifically. What is your scenario there?
That is weird. That is definitely
I've hit hard.
that's not even like a rhetorical question. That's exactly what's going on right now. I'm trying to move my audience. Definitely.
And yeah, but let's say like bigger scale though, like 10,000 subs versus like maybe 100 views on the music stuff, right?
I
So
think it would be a little harder, but honestly, it's gonna be like the same thing. I'm just gonna
right, so
be
you're still making music. Like you're willing to give up the living in order to make what you enjoy.
exactly, yeah.
Right. That's interesting. So you have the option between career or hobby, and you are choosing hobby out of those two things.
Absolutely. I'm choosing the art instead of the money.
Right.
That's what I'm choosing.
Okay. I guess I'll get into like my success scenario.
Like,
So
what's your success scenario? What do you see doing if you had like 10,000 subscribers?
so if I had 10,000 subscribers, I definitely the kind of people that I would love to have the general style of is say like Doug. I've been enjoying his stuff a lot.
Oh, I love him.
He streams for the most part, right? Like I don't know how often, maybe like 3 times a week. I know he doesn't stream on weekends, but he streams quite a lot. And then most the rest of his time is spent setting up for new streams or editing a stream into a video. I feel like that's kind of how I'd like to do it. Because, like I've said, I really love that connection. Streams are awesome for that. And I love making videos. So streams being made into videos is kind of the natural progression for how I most enjoy making content. I definitely have some strong opinions that I would love to give voice to.
Like what?
That's kind of
Like what? This is a good platform.
Okay.
This is a good platform. It's a very good platform. Yeah,
I don't say strong opinions until I have put in genuine research into like completely 100% confirming things, right? I'm not the type to throw out an opinion. I absolutely put the time in to make sure that I'm saying something that isn't stupid. Because way too many people online just assume that they aren't stupid. But like, that's where people are mistaken, because we're all stupid. And I think that's just something good to accept. But if I succeed, like, I could see myself just mostly being really happy with it, honestly. Like, there is definitely a stress to it, but I feel like it's a stress that I've already kind of placed on myself. When doing YouTube, I've always thought of it as like, everyone's going to see this, right? I've always been really quite stressed about that kind of stuff. You could say that I'm a bit of an approval seeker in some ways. I mean, I can say I don't really care what other people think. Like, it's not going to break me down, but it is something I genuinely care about. If people's approval of me is low, I'm not going to feel awful, but if it's high, I'm going to be feeling pretty good, you know? Like,
yeah.
I'm going to take the benefits. Like, push away the bad stuff, give me the good. Give me the goods.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I feel like I do all right, and I've always been good with handling stress as well. So YouTube is actually potentially a good choice for me, honestly. It really is. Except for the fact I'm really antisocial. That's kind of an issue. I mean,
yeah, that is 100% an issue.
I mean, I would say like on camera, I'm perfectly fine. With people in calls, I'm fine. With friends, I'm fine. But I walk into a public space and then I die. I literally drop onto the floor and I'm dead. Right? I cannot speak. I am like a secondary personality when I am in public. It's kind of awful, but I feel like with conventions and stuff, that would be my biggest struggle. Like, I would very much have a hard time with that kind of stuff. But knowing me, if I were successful, if I had like 100,000 subscribers, I could see myself like planning shows just to push myself that bit further, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm not going to be 100% happy once I'm successful. I am absolutely going to be the type to be like, okay, I've gotten this far. How do I get further? Because I just like to push myself farther. I like to go further than where I am at. My like idea of life recently has kind of just been this idea of like, if I look at yesterday, is today me cooler than yesterday me? If yes, I have done something right. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang,
yeah.
that got way more philosophical than it had to.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is YouTube though. YouTube is philosophy. We are getting deep. Really deep. Really deep.
No.
Okay.
No. No. Slideshow Ragon cannot do this to me, bro.
Okay, slideshow Ragon will stop. Okay. So with our current channels, right?
Yeah.
Statistics, analytics. What do you think of them? How have they affected you? Would you say? Or like at any point how they affected you?
So, okay, this is a weird question because, like, it's affected me. It has. Like, it's made me, like, I've been through different stages of being, like, reserved about YouTube and then other stages of not being reserved about YouTube. Like, if that makes any sense? Does that make
Oh
sense?
yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, like your mindset keeps adapting on it.
Recently, I've been really recently before I ended school, I was I was like actually promoting my music with my classmates, which was which is interesting because I initially started promoting my YouTube channel with my classmates until I regretted the decision and then just like kind of got really reserved about my channel and I didn't mention it to anybody else.
Man, how my channel got started off actually. I didn't share it with people. I'm really reserved and I don't hardly talk to anyone. I have like maybe 6 friends total. And like if someone's not my friend, I don't really interact with them. But like all the friends I do have are the real ones, I must say. But Matthew, no last name given, obviously. But like he
Matt from Wii
I,
Sports.
I showed him my channel and I swear this guy he in the gym slash auditorium, he actually shouts sub to Ragon Akashi, and I swear, it's like I want to die. He's doing everything he can to help me, but man,
My fucking classmates also did that. They did that. I was really
yeah.
annoyed by that. That's why I stopped doing that. I didn't
I
like
mean,
that.
no, like he's wholesome. I love him uh, platonically. So it's so much worse. Okay, but like that's how my channel got started off, and the comments early on were really odd too. Since then, I think 0 classmates have remained. None. All of my viewership is not from my classmates. In fact, quite a bit of it's from India, which I mean, hello
For me,
India, if you're watching me.
for me, it's the fucking Philippines. I don't know who's watching from Philippines, but it's like 3.
Oh yeah, no, I have Philippine viewers as well. Awesome, great.
What?
We're hitting those same demographics.
Yo!
I mean, maybe it's just popular. Maybe YouTube's like uber popular there. Like everybody in the Philippines is always watching YouTube. It's just kind of a thing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Facts right there. You just went through a scientific breakthrough. Philippine
Right.
people just really like watching YouTube, man. They just like YouTube. That's like yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Real.
Would you say that anything about the statistics that YouTube gives you has ever helped you?
Absolutely never. Never. It has never helped me.
Wow, 0. Like absolutely not.
Like the only thing that has helped me is like, oh, this thing got a lot of views. If I do it again, it's gonna get a lot of views. Worked one time. The other time it didn't work. I did that with like the Minecraft date. It didn't work. I did it with sex appeal. It did work. So yeah, no, it doesn't work. It never has. For me, it has never once actually helped me.
There was a time when I kind of cared about retention graphs, right? I used to look
Me too,
at
me too.
like retention,
Absolutely.
and I'd say it both hurt and helped my channel. On one hand, I was trying to cut out a lot of stuff that lowered the retention, and it didn't help at all because retention just kind of bounces a lot, really. But it also taught me like 2 things, I would say. Actually, three things. They're all really quite helpful things with YouTube videos. One, intros suck. No one cares. Just say, hi, we're doing this, and do it. Riot?
Yeah.
Did you ever used to have like longer intros?
Yes. Then I shortened them. That's the problem.
Right.
When I realized
I feel like every YouTuber does it.
every YouTuber does it for some reason, but I feel like you kind of need an between your start. It has to have a strong start, but it also has to have a strong ending and a strong middle. It needs to have everything needs to be good in the way that you want it to be. Because if you don't like your video, do not upload it. Don't.
Oh yeah.
Don't
So many
upload it.
people upload videos and they're like, man, I hate this one. What are you doing? Stop.
Don't upload it.
Just don't. Yeah, absolutely.
I have a Bone Lab video still in my hard drive. I have no intention of finishing it because it is just too long. It is boring, and it's boring to work on. I don't like it. I love Bone Lab. I love that game, but like it's boring to watch, man. Just play it yourself. It's like $40, but yeah, like it's just there's other videos. There's probably better videos. It's just not a very YouTube friendly game. Maybe mods. I wanted to do mods, but like I got so bored with gaming videos, like any gaming videos. I just got really bored.
Okay.
I just wasn't happy with the results. Every single time I was just not happy with the results because I wanted something that could be like remembered. YouTube,
yeah, I feel like if you're not
gaming content is not memorable at all. Unless you're fucking unless you're fucking like doing some avant-garde shit. Like some I don't know, some fucking like you ever watch Let's Game It Out? Like that's semi-memorable. The ways that he just breaks the game. I mean, that's semi-memorable. I've watched Let's Game It Out. I thought it was pretty cool. But like
I mean, yeah.
Have you ever gotten
I used to watch some of his stuff, but I feel like more recently I've started to notice that almost all his videos are kind of the same. Like there's like one of 5 ways he breaks a game. Once you've seen those, you've kind of seen everything he does.
Yeah.
I respect his dedication. He puts in the time, but like,
way too much time into every game. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'd say for me, like the 2 big memorable for me is like Doug stuff is really quite memorable.
Yes, absolutely. And that is gaming content done right.
Slimecicle is beautiful.
Oh my god, yes, his main channel videos are good. Yes, I forgot that he has good videos. Because he's been
it's the puns.
The puns in the hours long videos, like I keep forgetting that this guy is also super dedicated. Like, you need to have dedication to make a gaming video. You have to be inventive to make a gaming video. If you just make a gaming video playing a little game in a multi-part series or whatever, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna make a memorable video that people might want to watch again and again. You're gonna make a video that people are gonna watch and then forget about in like 30 minutes.
Right.
Like if you make a video, let's say you make it. Let's take my own content for example. Like if I did the Stanley Parable series again, I would have made it a super cut movie instead of a series because a series is way too one and done, and I really put in the effort in the third part, which by the way didn't get many views. Or like just like a video that's more memorable than just you playing a game. Like that's the problem. You just playing the game is not a good premise for any memorable content. And that's the problem That's why I stopped making gaming videos, because I didn't have any ideas on how to reinvent the game and make it something that you can't just play yourself. The gaming content fails when you can just play it yourself. Like,
Yeah.
yes, technically you could do a Doug challenge, but will you have the Twitch chat of like tens of thousands making divorced dad jokes? Like, yeah, no, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get the Doug experience because you're not Doug. You're not making a Doug video. That's why those videos work. Or let's say Slimesicle, you don't have the amount of time and money to just get a bunch of YouTubers onto a video. Like the Apocalypse one, the Minecraft Apocalypse one.
Yeah, actually,
I survived 100.
Slimesicle has done some big collabs, but he also has a fair bit of solo content. And
Yes, but you don't have the time to do his specific challenges. They're too specific. They're his. I mean,
okay.
what are you?
He has videos that are just him like playing a game.
Yeah.
He has a couple like that, and they are absolute bangers just because of the humor and the sheer amount of time he spends in the writing phase. Because I imagine it takes like a week to write that script.
Yeah. Yeah, he's released some stinkers though. Like the buried treasure one is really bad, honestly.
Here's where it boils down to, in my opinion, and I've chatted with Nikita a fair bit. There are two types of good video. There is the content one that provides like some kind of content that people haven't seen, something interesting. Challenge videos can fall into that category, but it has to be like something actually interesting, like new experience. Like, this is something I haven't seen. I kind of really want to know how it ends. And obviously a lot of story structure has to play into that. And then you have the personality driven people. Like, you don't necessarily remember a video because, oh yeah, that game was really cool in the video. That's not why you remember it.
No.
You remember it because of the person, their humor, the way they talk, the way they do stuff, right? Like how they react to things.
Mention any Markiplier like video. Specifically like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, the only reason people remember that video is because Mark was like, to every single moving like thing in the game. Not because the game was any good. Five Nights at Freddy's, like the first game, is dog shit. Everybody knows this. So like,
right.
Like, yeah.
I mean, like, Markiplier had one series. He was playing this one game, and the game wasn't all that interesting. Like, it was a really grindy RPG type thing. You just grind levels, and that's it. But he got, like, really drunk, and it's kind of just, like, he was thanking everybody repeatedly. He just got uber thankful, which was kind of funny. But, like, people watched that series through and through. And it's like, the game was hardly content. The game doesn't matter, right? Like, if you can just take the person and switch out the game without much changing.
You haven't even mentioned the game.
Right. You don't have to. Like, it's just the personality drives it. Yeah. And there are some people, say like Mog Swamp, I've been enjoying recently. He's done like 100 days stuff, which I'm not a big fan of, but he builds like major scale bases, and it's really satisfying to watch it come together. And I don't mean to sound insulting to him, but in his case, I would say you could take his voice and script and stuff, switch it out for someone else, and I would be equally invested in the video. And that's not to insult the guy.
Like, which video is this again?
Because it's Mog Swamp.
I don't know what that is.
I'm just saying, like, his content is so good that you would stick around if there was no audio. Because it's just watching this whole thing come together. It's beautiful. Yeah. This man builds mega bases in survival.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, he's got like a few million subscribers, but I only saw him more recently. I just kind of got down a rabbit hole.
Who is this?
He makes Minecraft videos. He's a Minecraft guy. I can send you. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not sending you a video. I'm doing this. Here,
oh my God.
You can barely see it on my screen. Well, see this guy right here.
Mog Swamp.
This guy is.
Wait, isn't this the guy that made
right here.
Isn't this the guy that made super flat? He's a super flat guy. Holy shit. He's a super flat guy.
Survival.
I know this dude.
But like
I've never watched his videos, but I've seen it. I've seen it. Yes.
Look how awesome this is. Whenever a day passes, he does that. He has a little figure. He moves it around onto these like little number pads. It's awesome. So you watch this little thing happen. It's beautiful. But at the same time, you see this base expanding, and the base just looks incredible. I mean, you can see it from the thumbnail here. Let me zoom in so you can actually see it enough. Like, you can't see it.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, kind of, sort of, not really.
He just makes really large-scale, interesting bases, and you mix that with a little bit of, like, a challenge video. So it's a mix of challenge video, but you're kind of watching it. You click partially for the challenge video, but you stay for the build. You stay just to watch where this base is going.
Yeah.
That's it.
I can see that.
And like, okay, he's only 300,000 subs. Wow. He needs more. Anyway, that's kind of the distinction of content and personality.
Yeah.
Where you fall on that scale, and it's not like an absolute you are one of two categories. I feel like it would be two bars, and you have so much of one or so much of the other. I was about to say like this.
Yeah, that was the problem. That was a problem with some of my videos because I was prioritizing the game over myself when I'm the one that's supposed to be like the main focus of the content. So when I made like the 4 a.m. video, the get a snack at 4 a.m. video, or the beginner's guide video, or the Stanley Parable videos, I wanted to make it like a good, comprehensive gameplay of the game, showing the game as it is with a little bit of commentary from me, which I don't know if you know this, but is not the way to do it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like your beginner's guide video. When you first showed it to me, like my main thought, and I never said it, I'm sorry, but I was kind of thinking, wouldn't you get like almost the exact same experience by playing the game?
Yes.
Like maybe with a couple tedious bits cut out. But if I sat down and download the game, I would have the same experience, possibly better, because I would be finding Easter eggs on my own and stuff.
Yeah, that's the problem. And I didn't see that, but now I do, and that's good. Now,
one way or another, the one thing that both styles share is you have to present something that a viewer's not getting somewhere else. So either you are somebody that they aren't going to see somewhere else, or you can give them a kind of content they aren't getting somewhere else.
That's the problem. That was the problem. Of course, that was the problem the whole time. I I don't know. I just thought that maybe
I love how off topic this got. I love it. We have created a whole new segment, and I love it.
it just
I just wanted to get meta for a second, not the company. Like this is great. We've gone on this whole content talk here.
because it's like just there's a problem with like this whole thing about like content. Gaming content is just very fundamentally flawed, and that's kind of like a very big issue because gaming content, let's plays,
Actually disagree.
Let's plays are fundamentally flawed. Technically,
I'd still disagree. I disagree quite hard. I have watched so much of like popular MMOs specifically. It's like the arena videos and stuff got the views. I was there watching like the mod packs. I was watching like the 40-part series on a mod pack. That was my jam. I've watched so many Minecraft Let's Plays, and I have loved them.
yeah, there's no problem with that. I just feel like the whole idea that you're watching someone play something that you could play yourself. I don't know. I don't like it that much. I don't know.
Here's the thing. It depends on the game, right?
It depends. Because if I already have the game,
it's not fundamentally flawed. I just feel like it's a matter of you have to be a specific kind of creator. And something like Minecraft, a lot of the reason why it's been so amazing for YouTube content is it really allows the content heavy people who don't have like a top level personality a space to where they can create an experience that you don't see somewhere else. They're creating that new experience through Minecraft. Because if you boot up and play Minecraft, you are not going to have anything close to the experience that someone else will have, especially if you start including mods and challenges. Sure, you could do those challenges, but they're still going to do it differently from you, and they're going to have more knowledge and everything on it. It's very different. It's a different experience.
Yeah, but what I mean is a regular Let's Play. Like we're talking like no challenges, nothing, like no bullshit. Just a Let's Play. I still think that's I don't know. It's just you have to put more effort into that. You can't just play a game and then make easy money from that. Like that's
Absolutely, man. I am not saying that it's easy money. There is no easy money on YouTube besides YouTube Kids. Like it just doesn't happen.
YouTube Kids, yeah, that's a fact right there.
So, like, I used to watch a lot of different Minecraft Let's Plays, and they didn't even always have like incredible personality necessarily. It was just seeing like their specific experience with it. Of course, it's gotten a little bit more stale over the years. That's why challenges and stuff have become such a massive deal.
I haven't even talked about the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. That's Mr. a really we could make a whole podcast episode about Mr. Beastification.
Absolutely. I have opinions about Mr. Beast. All I'll say is his thumbnails are ugly.
Oh my
and I'm tired of pretending they are not.
Yes, they're so ugly. Holy shit.
Oh. I have no idea why he makes his face look the way he does, but it's uncanny, and I don't want it. I will never click a Mr. Beast video.
If you see my face on the live stream, you'll just see what like my replication of Mr. Beast without the with the mask and shit like that. Just like a fucking pog face. It's hilarious.
I haven't even had the podcast open. I failed. I just didn't even think of it.
It's just he just does like a really weak pog face for all his thumbnails, and it's not funny. Like it's so
Yeah.
it's so like ridiculously baseline that it's just it's funny again. Like it's just
I
funny
feel
to
bad for Nikita. He's been ignored so hard. Hi, Nikita.
I just said
Welcome.
hi. I said hi in the chat because you were talking and I didn't want to talk over you.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. This
Yeah.
has been a very dense podcast episode.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the
Like-
Mr. We've hit the 1 hour mark. We're in too deep. Let's talk about Mr. Beast. All right.
Oh crap. Okay, we're going all the way.
We're absolutely going all the way. Mr. Beastification of YouTube. What did you say?
Reference to Jacksepticeye.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mr. Beast, what are your opinions on his actual content? Not just the thumbnails, the content themselves. What do you think of that?
Ooh, that's rough. I've watched a couple of Mr. Beast videos, and honestly, watching some of his videos, I used to watch his older ones, right? And I feel like there's like three phases of Mr. Beast. You have the really old, like he's just another kid trying to do YouTube and then happened to get big number. You have phase 2, which is like he's had a lot of money and had creative ideas and like a genuine passion to create stuff. But I feel like modern Mr. Beast is phase 3, and
It's just
I would
money.
call it just overproduction.
Overproduction.
That's my main problem.
Even though that he says that he records on like really shitty cameras, I still think it's overproduced.
He doesn't. he just doesn't. It is way over the top. There's
Oh, wait,
a
no.
level of production to where it stops feeling like YouTube.
Wait, hold on. Let's not forget this. He records in 60 frames per second, which means it's low quality. According to him, actually. Which, by the way, is completely false. I record my latest videos have all been in 24 frames, 30 frames, and they're not low. They're supposed to be high quality, but I've also recorded in the low quality 60 frames per second, and I've been completely fine. So, I mean, whatever. It's frame rates, that's a different topic. Let's just talk about Mr. Beast.
That's pretty funny because I remember like you made a fairly big deal a ways back when I edited your Ultra Kill video, and it wasn't in 60.
Yeah, because the game looks good in 60 frames, okay? It just looks smoother.
That was just kind of my mistake, though. I didn't switch it before putting it into the editor, and there was literally nothing I could do about it after that. I really wish I could have fixed it. And then I tried to render it in 60 frames per second for some reason, and that's what caused the screen tearing.
Oh, okay. All right. But whatever, that video was really shit anyway.
I really liked that video, actually. I genuinely enjoyed that one.
Well, all right, Mr. Beast. This is really dense, man. Really dense. So Mr. Beast has kind of set, like, his overproduction standards have sent like a huge ripple effect across YouTube, where it seems like everyone's trying to edit like Mr. Beast, talk like Mr. Beast, be like Mr. Beast with all the spending and giving away and like luxury and the whole fucking editing and that big font on the screen going boop 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 and cuts every 3 damn seconds. Like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to. You're doing that just because you want to be Mr. Beast. No wonder you don't succeed.
I mean, here's the really sad part. It does obviously work.
It works.
And that's the thing. I've seen This is actually a fact. So when you refer to an average attention span, it's referring to how long your full attention is on something, right? How long are you truly focused on it before your mind starts to split its focus onto other things at the same time? Goldfish actually beat the average person. The average human has like a 2-second attention span. I'm not even kidding. So optimally, like absolute optimal, like let's appeal to the average human brain, you are cutting every 2 seconds. It's terrible, but like, yeah, if you give the human brain long enough, it will wander off some. But what I don't like about that is you're assuming that whatever you're doing or saying is not interesting enough for people to care to keep their attention on
Exactly.
it.
That's the thing. And also, you're not giving, since you're cutting every 2 seconds, you're not giving your viewers enough time to process what's going on. And that's the problem. Like, you lose track of what's going on, and it's just a slippery slope from there. You can watch whatever.
That's us, though, right? I feel like there's a good chunk of people who really don't care if they process it or not. I feel like there's a really quite big chunk of people who are only there to have their attention taken by something, and then move on with the rest of their day.
Like, but I've been more focused on long form videos. Like, we're talking like videos that are like hours long. And I've been watching them all the way through. I'm usually not keeping my full attention, at least actively, but more passively, like I'm reading a book. No, that's wrong. Like, I'm reading a book would be active. Like, I'm listening to music is passive attention, right? So, have you ever heard of Wendigoon?
Yeah, Wendigoon.
Yeah, I watch his videos while I'm playing like a fucking game or something. It's just background noise for me, and I do pay attention though, because it's like his voice is his mannerisms, is everything that he does is really interesting, but not too interesting, to the fact that you need to like pay attention to it the whole way through. Yeah. You just listen to it, I feel like
this has created a whole new like classification. This is like a whole new like 2 new types.
Like listenable.
Should we be
YouTube.
writing this down?
Listenable YouTube is, I think, that the thing I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna call it listenable YouTube. Are you
I feel like passive and active works a little bit better?
So passive YouTube.
Yeah. Is it passive content or is it active content?
Yeah, passive. Okay. I've gotten a lot of appreciation for passive content. Videos that are hours long talking about some specific topic, usually educational. It's actually supposed to be educational, at least a little bit, or anything really, like sort of like a video essay. There you go. Video essays are obviously a form of passive content, yet some video essays are more active. So,
right.
Like there's one that I found that I really didn't like because it was way too fast. I like my video essays nice and slow, so I can listen to them while I do other things, and I like that.
Okay.
So passive content is like a video essay or something that we're talking like over 40 minutes of just someone talking about a topic, and you don't really need to pay attention to the whole thing. It's minimally edited, but you would still like pay attention to it, at least passively, because you're interested in whatever subject it's talking about, right? It's very niche. That's a problem, because active content is super not niche, but it's plagued by Mr. Beast and all his clones, and I'm not even gonna start talking about Tommy Innit. Like, no one's talked about the Tommy Innit-ification of YouTube Like, no one's talked about that. Like, is anyone gonna talk about that? Tommy Innit has ruined Minecraft YouTube forever.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far. Like,
I'm exaggerating.
He was doing him. I don't mind his content at all. It's not my thing, but I actually understand the appeal.
Me too.
I would say that he's a good YouTuber. The problem is people who think they are going to be successful by doing the thing someone else did. That's also
never
false. Going to work on YouTube. And that's the thing. It's really rough. It's really rough because with any other artistic endeavor, replicating people is great. It is awesome to learn by trying off of what other people have done. With art, you always reference. Like, even like industry professionals use reference. They do. They just do. You do not draw from memory. And I imagine with music, it's a similar deal. I mean, you're always sampling stuff and you're always looking towards other people and seeing how they have constructed it.
Yeah, but
and that's how you learn. But with YouTube, you don't do that. Because what succeeds on YouTube, what really succeeds, and sure, clones can see success, but their success is always dropping. Like, it will tank. Once the new like phase has gone by, you just, that is your statistics.
Yeah.
Yet the original does survive on. That's the thing. It is originality. That is what runs YouTube. It is providing something that hasn't been given yet. That is what it is.
I think that the true step to originality in any art form is taking something that's already been made and adding your own spin to it enough for it to be considered a brand new thing. So again, sampling. You could just sample a song and not do many changes to it, not give it your own spin, but then that's just a copy. So don't do that. It's mostly you could take a sample, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want, mix them up, and make a brand new song out of it. Construct something new out of what is given to you.
Absolutely, but I feel like that's a later phase, though. I feel like
I'm doing that
with a lot of artistic stuff. When you're really early, I would say it does help to flat out copy. Like, don't publish or anything. It's not at all really original or yours, but just the understanding of like getting a good feel for how it was made. If you do that enough and learn off the techniques of other people, then you build up the skill set that you need.
Yeah, definitely. But that was a really funny voice crack. But once
you have that skill set, then you use that new skill set to start like making adaptations and trying out new things. That's how I feel.
Yeah, because like this podcast, for example, I took it I took the idea from Chuckle Sandwich. That's pretty much it. That's the only podcast I really listen to, but I've listened to a little bit of Sleep Deprived, and I mean, it's kind of the same, just late night conversations about whatever.
Right.
But that one's a little bit more unfiltered and just really unplanned, but I mean, this is at night. I want to do this at night more often because it's comfortable at night.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't even have to just put the blinds down.
Oh yeah, because let's not forget the light of God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm pointing to the light. I'm pointing to my lamp, which has the light of God. It just looks like the light of God, and that's really funny to me. But yeah, I think that's like really important while making art. It's to take your experiences, which include anything you've consumed or anything, and use that to make something new. You use the bits and pieces of everything you've done and make something with it. Like, imagine.
Do you think?
So
Do
so
you
we're,
think that's applicable to YouTube?
that is applicable to YouTube. Take every content
Okay.
creator that you've ever watched in your life, that you watched growing up, and subconsciously, you don't even want to do it really, but they've influenced you in a way where you do it subconsciously. That's how human minds work. They take what's given to them, and those are like the little Lego bricks to make their set. So you take the characteristics.
Yeah, to be fair, I have spent a lot of time just like really staring at how something's been edited. I've absolutely done that.
Yeah, but this is more subconscious than anything. Because replicating someone's style to make your own style is subconscious. Everybody does it. Absolutely everybody does it.
It does happen subconsciously, but I feel like you can very consciously move that forward. I mean, there is like practice will eventually make perfect, but perfect practice does it faster. Like it's the difference of years versus a year.
About
To
perfection.
master.
About perfection. I actually when I hit perfection, I'm quitting YouTube and music and everything. Cuz I can't go higher than that. Like,
What is your idea of perfection?
It's something I don't want to reach.
It's like the point that you don't want to be on.
It's the point where you see yourself as, okay, I can't make anything better than this. There's nothing I can critique about it. I always critique my videos and everything. It could be the day after, or it could be years after, but I will always be able to critique my work. If I can't do that, then I'm done. Because if I make something, trying to top it, it will just be worse.
With videos, my idea of perfection has changed a lot.
Okay.
Back in the day, I used to think perfect was like a smoothly ironed video that has like beautiful retention, just tons of views. And as a viewing experience, is this really smooth, like, wow, enjoyed that. But over the years, I have kind of found that my idea of a perfect video is one with flaws. Like, the perfect video is not perfect, if that makes sense. I feel like Mr. Beast is a good example of making perfect videos. He ironed out every flaw and it got worse. But there was a point when he was making perfect videos. And it was that second phase. It was before he started like upping the production. And I feel like that's kind of what perfect is for me and my content. I want it to be in that like little sliver of a level where it's obviously high quality. People aren't going to watch it and say, wow, that was crap. But people aren't going to just go through it and just like slide through the experience. No, I want this bumpy. We're going on a journey together. We're doing some splashing. We're doing some
storytelling.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but storytelling should be a little bumpy. I feel like if everything was perfectly solid, it would be boring. Just look at history books. It's boring. Not all of it. But
yeah, because
it's just boring.
Well, history books have ironed out flaws in history and hidden them, sugar-coated them in all kinds of different ways. So no wonder it's boring.
Yeah.
Real history
Yeah,
is
exactly.
really interesting.
They have perfected history.
And they made it worse.
Perfect.
They made it worse.
Perfection is worse than flaws, and there is a middle level. Wait, I need to continue my page here. Okay.
Okay, this is getting philosophical.
Any other points? Any other points you got?
Yeah. if I ever reach like to making the perfect album, the perfect video, anything, I'm just quitting. Because if I keep doing it,
I mean,
I'm just
but what
getting
is
bored.
the perfect album? Do you have an idea of what that perfect album is?
I don't, because I don't want to put it in my head that I have to reach that, because I don't have to. I just want to get like to a point in any video or any album of mine or any song of mine where I'm like, yeah, I like this. I vibe with this. I think I would listen to this on my own. And most of the times I do. I do listen to them on my own. I watch a lot of videos. I rewatch them myself. I re-listen to my songs a lot as well. Because
Yeah,
I really
that's awesome. I have videos of mine I rewatch, and what's really strange is I actually enjoy my old videos more than my new ones.
yeah, that's a problem. And I really like the content I'm making now rather than the content I was making way before, because it's not that interesting. But I have rewatched some old videos and like streams and shit, and it's like, that's silly as fuck, right? Like that, it's silly to look at it and just laugh at it. Like, that's pretty silly. So yeah, that's the rant that lasted like an
Is the
hour.
rant.
That was an hour-long rant.
I'm trying to make a clean collection here.
That was an hour long of us ranting about YouTube and philosophy. Like, we have barely even talked about Mr. Beastification. If you really want to talk about, if you really want to go and see Mr. Beastification,
I kind of don't even want to. I don't feel like there's anything more to say.
yeah, everything that has already been said about it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about Mr. Beast, so we've talked about all of them. Everyone else is just a worse version. And that's the thing. If you just copy, that's all you will ever be. You will only be a worse version. Even if you improve on the flaws of the past one, you're a worse version because you are no longer creating something new.
Yeah. And
wow, that hits hard.
That does. That does. Write that down. Write that shit down.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, write that shit down. But if you really want to learn more about Mr. Beastification of YouTube, and I'm talking to you, the audience, of two right now. But if you really want to learn more about Mr. Beastification, you should watch the video by Pinely. That's Pinely. Pinely. I think it's Pinely. Is it Pinely? I have no idea if it's Pinely. Wait, hold on. If I said it wrong, I am going to be very, very angry. It is Pinely. Right there. Mr. Beastification of YouTube. Mr. Beastification of YouTube, right there. Watch that video. Come back to me. You have homework. But yeah, it is a good video. It talks about everything you need to know about it. Because trust me, the topic's not that interesting. It's not that deep, honestly. It's pretty dense, but there's not that much there. You could talk about like all the different Mr. Beast clones and nitpick them all you want, but like the basic is not that much. So if you're interested, I suggest watching the video by Pinely. Yeah, that's that with that topic. What else is on the list? I have no idea what else is on the list.
What else is on the list? I don't know. We're not really following the list anymore. We have adapted. We have created something new that has not been seen before.
Where's the list? Where's the list?
Okay.
Oh, here it is. I got the list. Why are we still here? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, no. That was a thought of mine. The idea was it would be kind of this like story arc almost of like we start at why did we start it? We talk about the experience of going through it, and then we kind of top it off with why we would stay at that point, right?
why
With
are-
all of our negative experiences, what keeps us on YouTube? Why are we both still dedicated to it?
Well, for me, it's because I want to upload my music somewhere, and
yeah.
my
I
music
feel like
is
that's
my
the thing.
passion.
The reason I've not gone to that topic is because we have actually extensively covered it already, which is interesting. It went in such a direction I didn't expect. We have covered my last 2 points. We already have. We have already talked about why we would stay. I feel like it's been said, like, really quite clearly.
I mean, you want to
And
make
yeah, this stuff doesn't go the direction you wanted it to, but like I was saying about perfection, like, this may just be the perfect podcast episode because it created a whole new path. We went down a whole new road. It was not written, not planned. It's not like there's zero planning to it either. There was planning, obviously. I wrote out a list, but that list was only like, here is the line, and then rather than going straight, we went gay. We went so gay, and it was beautiful.
We went gay. I'm clipping that. I'll turn that into a short. Hell yeah. Absolutely. That is.
Here we go. You know, just a small idea here, and it's kind of the idea of low quality. We get so meta here. I feel like the thumbnails could be just my little sketch pad from these, because I swear I'm having cool things to sketch out.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, wait, you right there. You can actually, you know you have access to my channel, right? You can do the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. That's totally up to you.
And they won't be high quality either.
They should be like
Just so
480p JPEGs.
No, I feel like it should just be like a picture of the notepad. Like, very obviously just a picture of the notepad, and that's perfect. Yeah. I don't feel like you have to do anything else.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Absolutely. I'm going to be titling them tonight as well. But yeah, that's totally great idea.
Yeah. This is such a beautiful episode. I feel like there's only one like topic left on the board that I think we haven't touched on, and I think it is a great way to cap off the algorithm talk here. With as harmful as YouTube can be at a lot of times, with how stressful it is, and just the difficulty of growing, is there something that you would change about the platform? Like, if you could change a feature or the way a system worked, what would it be? In fact, you get 3 of them. Take 3 of them. I'm just that generous.
Okay. I would bring back dislikes. Thank you.
Okay, that's an easy one.
That's easy. That's easy. That's a bit too easy.
Right. I mean, taking criticism is important, though.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like YouTube's shied away from critique, and that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, I would bring back like dislike counters on everything. On like the comments, on the posts, on everything. Absolutely everything. But if I was gonna remove anything from YouTube, I don't actually know. Because right now, I feel like YouTube is moving in like a semi-good direction now. Like in the way that they format, they give you so many ways to make your content. I think that is a good thing. And I know that's a really unpopular take to say that YouTube is formatting like it's actually like giving you good features, but I honestly think it does give you good features. Cause
Yeah, the ability to shift the format, it gives a level of variety that was once missing from YouTube. Eventually, you keep making content and you're just kind of stuck on videos. And some people were split between YouTube and Twitch, still are, but it's awesome that YouTube is giving an in-house solution. So you don't have to split your audience, because that's always been the problem. YouTube/Twitch will split your audience into, because people who watch the streams, a lot of them probably aren't going to go and watch an edited version of the stream. Some may really care and want to see how it comes out, but a lot won't. They've seen the content. They know what happens. There is zero suspense there.
yeah, that's
And
the thing.
having that in-house allows the same audience to be there. So when you do that stream and someone sees the stream, they subscribe to the YouTube channel. And so
Yeah.
if you make a video that is wholly original, then they will see that as well. Meanwhile, between Twitch and YouTube, a lot of people may just be Twitch only, or maybe they're YouTube only. It works both ways.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a weird relationship. I've never liked the idea. I've heard a lot of like diversify your content between platforms. That's splitting an audience. I don't really love that. And different platforms are okay for different kinds of content, but people aren't going to be interested in every type of content.
Exactly.
Like people aren't going to care about all of them.
Exactly.
And it's good for YouTube to be hosting the ones that people probably will care about and giving the options between them.
Yeah. And also like
Like splitting them up was perfect. That was beautiful. Such a good change. And it plays into that really well, because people can go and specifically watch the live streams if they want to do that, or
Yeah.
specifically watch shorts.
Yeah, and actually the split of the YouTube UI actually made me switch to streaming here on my main channel instead of the separate live channel that I created. Because YouTube UI is fucking goated. It's goated. It's one of the best UIs ever. I wouldn't go for any other UI, honestly. Because I look at like
That's
Vimeo.
Google, man.
I look at Vimeo
Google's
and
awesome.
I look at Vimeo and
That's
shit.
such a weird thing.
I look at Vimeo, I look like Daily Motion, I look at their video players exactly, and I'm like, gross. That is fucking gross. Get that off of my screen right now. Like, I don't know why, but it's just a lot of other video players and these other video hosting platforms, it's just not good at all. But if I was gonna change one thing about YouTube, it would be allowing a little bit more control of what you can do in the video player. Because I know there's extensions of that already, but like make it like a feature that you can do. Like that's actually pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's pretty basic, but
I've got changes in mind.
I would also change the analytics because I don't really like analytics, but some people get a kick out of it, so it's whatever. Honestly, hey, they're not forced onto you, so it's whatever.
I would reduce analytics, like knock them down a peg, give you a much smaller list of things. Or maybe it would be nice if you had like at least just a setting you can turn. So by default, it's a little bit simpler. You just have like views. Maybe here's a small little retention graph, and maybe just like 2 or 3 other things that kind of matter a little bit. Just the stuff you're actually using, because most of it's just overwhelming.
Yeah. And actually, I realized something that if you, I think a lot of people are gonna choose like Oh, you left. Okay. If people are gonna choose, a lot of people are gonna choose this, but like they're probably gonna make, say like, oh, make YouTube more open source, make the algorithm open source. Don't do that. Don't make the algorithm open source. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely not.
because
Also,
then
I have been listening.
it's
I hear
it,
about this.
it's like, do you want more Mr. Beasts? Do you want
I
more
mean, yeah,
Mr. Beasts?
absolutely. That's the dilemma. You cannot make it open source because people are going to find a small little loophole and all the crappy content's going to take over. Like, they're just going to find, like, oh, the algorithm favors this color being on this pixel at this second. Well, that's now the new meta. Nobody wants that.
No. It's fun to experiment. It's fun.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of pretending it isn't. It's just like,
I mean,
there
it is
is
stressful. Stress is fun.
Okay, here's the other thing I would change about YouTube culture. Not YouTube, culture of YouTube. These tutorial channels about how to make it big on YouTube need to fucking stop. Okay? You're not working. Look at your own subscriber count. Please tell me that your method to get 10 million subscribers is getting you 10 million subscribers. Please.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a whole nother topic. It really is.
And they also say like, oh, but I had another channel that I had, that got 10 million subscribers. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. They're not really saying that for real. But yeah, there is not a single scientific method to master YouTube and get 10 million subscribers in like a year or something. That it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Every YouTube tutorial thing is lying to you. It is completely lying to you.
And yeah, as genuine creators, we have sat down and we have created a YouTube guide of our own here, right? Would you like to see my current page where we are at?
Yes. Let's see.
This is the guide to YouTube success. Can it be seen?
Sort of. If you shine a light on it, actually no, don't shine a light on it.
There is light on it.
There is. It's really faint, but I can technically see it.
I don't know how to make this better. Wait, I'm gonna try. I mean, okay, there, it's focused on it.
I mean, yeah, originality. A copy will never be original again. That's interesting.
Yeah, okay, focus type. There are two types of or video focus. You're either personality or content. And it's like 2 bars. You can have so much of either. It's not really a graph. You can have max content and half personality. You could have max personality, 0 content. There's like a lot of variety there. So you have these 2 bars, but you want to find out what is your level of personality? How personality based can you afford to be? And then you have your content. How creative are your ideas? Be honest, give yourself a week. What kind of ideas can you actually come up with?
Yeah.
Focus level. You are making one of 2 types. There's not really an in-between. It is either passive content that could be consumed while somebody is playing a game or doing anything else at the time. Not anything, but you get the idea. And then there's active content. You're sitting down, you're looking at the screen. Yeah, that's the distinction. You're looking at the screen, or you are not looking at the screen.
You're paying full attention to it. You can't play a game or do homework while listening to it. It just doesn't work like that.
Right.
I've never listened.
2-step process.
Here's the thing. Actually, I wanted to make a little interjection because, MatPat said his videos are also passive content, right? I've never listened to a game theory video. It's so weird. Have you?
No, he is not. He is on active. He is active content. I would. He's a interesting case of both personality and content. I would say the content
No,
is definitely
personality.
higher than the personality. Actually, no, I'm actually going to change that opinion real quick. Content is like up here. Personality is like down here. He's low personality. Like
He
GT
is
Live.
not.
GT Live didn't really work because GT Live was
Oh,
intended
yeah.
as all personality.
Oh
Yeah,
shit! Yeah.
GT Live is what
Right.
happened when he tried to do personality-based content. It didn't work, and then it had to turn into edited stuff because he doesn't work that well live.
Yeah.
He is not a personality content creator, and that does not mean
Yeah.
that he has a poor personality or is an
no.
uninteresting person. It just means he does not have a personality that can carry good YouTube content. And it goes to show, like, even the people who have been on YouTube and succeeded, a lot of them, like, if they start from zero, I don't feel like they're actually going to make it so well unless they actually aim for that level of balance.
Yeah.
You have to know, or you don't have to know. Some people find it by accident, by experimenting, but it still helps to think of it as like you have your personality level, you have your content level, build around that.
Yeah.
If you have brilliant content, show the world. If you are a super expressive personality, show the world. But like if you are really low in one bar, it probably won't work. Like you're not going to make something successful.
Which sounds sad, but it's like true. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube is really harsh, and I could sit here all day and make some like new kids on YouTube cry, honestly, because like it's a rough platform. This is such a difficult thing to try and take on as a career path. Okay.
Back to the
Focus
drawing board.
level I talked about. Step 1. This is the artistic process. It is very small and very simple. It is like that for one reason. People are really complicated, and if you try and make this big long list, which so many people do, it will never work. Rule 1 of psychology: there are no solid rules. There are always exceptions.
Exactly.
Step 1, copy. Just copy what you see.
Yep.
And there are different ways of copying. Different people work better in different ways. I mean, a lot of people, like, I personally had a lot of success in just like recreating the techniques in my head or just like editing in my head. And it sounds stupid, but different people think in such different ways.
Yeah.
What is important is that you are taking someone else's thing and you are understanding how it was made to the point where you could make a copy of their video. But the important thing is, and here's where a lot of people fail, a lot of people have that copy step. It's really common. Here's the big thing: do not upload. Do not upload it. This should be practice, but you don't show practice to the world. If you're an artist, you're not selling like your sketches. I mean, really
Unless you
old
do.
stuff gets sold.
Unless you do.
Really old people get to, but you're not selling your like practice sketches. So why are you putting your practice videos onto YouTube? Like, that's such a harsh way of thinking about it, because when you put the time in to edit a video, you think like, oh, I'm going to upload this, people are going to watch it, people are going to enjoy it. No, they're not. You're not good at YouTube. You're trying to be, but people are not going to enjoy it. I feel like you shouldn't upload your practice, at least not when it's copying other people. That does not mean don't copy other people. That means do not show it off. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, you don't sell an unfinished product.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Unless
Step 2.
unless you're a AAA video game company, then you can sell an unfinished
crap.
product.
Oh crap. Step 2, adapt. Adapt, improvise, and overcome. Take the tools you have learned, and you only do this once you have the tools. You now have this whole toolbox you can work with. So start putting things together. Like, you have to actually have tools to work with. If someone gives you a piece of paper and tells you to make a beautiful drawing and you're trying to do it without a pencil, you're stupid. Like, just like etching it in with your fingernail. I don't know. There's probably someone out there who can do that, but
Oh, you don't even know.
Whatever. I mean, there are always exceptions. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
For most people, like, adapt, get new tools, and then use those tools. Use those tools in ways you haven't seen. Like, you are not changing someone else's style to be your own. You are taking the tools they used to make what you want to make with their tools. You have taken their tools. This is somebody else's, like, stuff, but you are using it in your way.
Exactly.
And of course, when do you upload it? Only if you like it. If you don't like it, don't upload it. Upload it if you enjoy it, once you have adapted it. And if you don't enjoy it, try something different. Adapt in a new way. Adapting is not like, a lot of people sit down. This is quite a common thing, I feel like. A lot of people sit down, they're like, how do I change my content? Okay. And they spend a long time, they set this new direction, and they study the analytics, they do all of this, and I've heard it from advice channels. I've watched a lot of advice channels.
Yeah. Me too.
They will say, like, understand your audience and, like, build a new style. I say, don't do that. Because if you end up with something you're unhappy with,
don't pander.
You really did just waste that time. You just wasted that time.
Yeah, don't pander. Don't pander. Be your own person. Like, don't try to pander to someone else. Like, that's not you. They wouldn't know what good content is. Like, what's good for you. Like, even if they were in your head, they wouldn't know what's good for you.
How do I draw this? New part of the YouTube guide graph is, it's a brilliant thing. Oh, this is awkward. Okay. My brain processes slowly, but once I get the idea out there, I get the idea out there. So if you're in a space and there's a bunch of people around you, you're trying to make something these people will enjoy, you're going to end up with a little hodgepodge of things just mushed together. It's not going to come out to be something satisfying because it's a lot of different kinds of people. People are so different and what they want is so different. The people coming to see your content are not all going to want the exact same kind of thing. But more importantly, like, walk away from that space. Make the thing that you personally genuinely believe is good. Make something you enjoy, something you would want.
Yeah.
And then people will come if they want to see your content. An audience will come if you have made something good. You will get people who want what you make, not a load of people who want whatever they have in their head. Because what people want is not easy to define at all. List out what you want. You're not going to, because it's so complicated. There's so much to it. People gravitate towards stuff and don't know why. I love carpentry videos. I don't have an interest in carpentry, really. I'm not going to become a carpenter.
Oh,
I love
wow.
watching them.
Wow.
I will watch any kind of woodworking. Woodworking is so great to watch.
Oh.
And I'm sure those woodworking people didn't make a couple of gaming videos and then have comments saying, "Man, you're really cool, but I'd rather see you doing woodworking." No one has ever had that happen. Oh gosh, I spit all over my mic. Oh no. Oh, I spit so hard, but that's never happened. But there are so many successful woodworking channels, and I don't sit down and watch someone like making a Minecraft Let's Play and think, man, I wish this person did woodworking, and then leave. No. Like, I see someone doing woodworking and I say, wow, I love that this person's doing woodworking.
Wow,
and
there's
stay.
somebody that's actually doing woodworking on YouTube. I didn't know that was a
Wow.
thing.
Yeah. Okay. But I feel like that's a great way of putting it. People don't come and then think, I wish this person did this. People go and see someone do it, and then they think, man, this is cool content. I love that they did that. Obviously, people don't think that's stilted, but that's kind of the general experience of a viewer.
Yeah.
Your job is not to adapt to a viewer. Viewers will come if they like what you made.
Yeah.
Wow. This is such a good episode.
I know.
This is so good. Okay, how do I draw this though? Like,
Just in
people
case.
come if you make what they want. Here we go.
People
You know,
come.
yeah, I'm just going to.
Yeah, just write that down. But yeah,
There we go.
yeah. What is it?
Give that an X. Give him a laptop. This is a laptop.
Oh my
kid.
god, what is he doing? I need to know. Oh.
There we go.
Oh my
And
god.
then.
Oh.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh. Let's see. He's a really good he's a really good artist, I swear.
Usually I'm not a good artist, but I'm actually really happy with the presentation of this page. It looks really good.
Okay, let's see it. I'm trying not to make it too boring for anyone listening, but I'm going to.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fair. Should I like get my mic up so everybody can hopefully like hear the sound of me drawing?
What?
Can you hear that?
No.
There we go. This is the messiest handwriting on this page. I do not have good handwriting. I've been trying though.
Okay. I have pretty good handwriting. I write in cursive.
I can write in cursive, I just choose not to.
I
There we go.
can barely write in like block lettering. It's kind of hard. I don't know why.
There we go. I'm spreading an ulterior thing here as well, but just ignore the undertones whenever you see it. No undertones here. Perfectly normal.
What do you mean?
Anyway, as you can see, like, laptop kid, I wish they did this. X. No one thinks like that. But computer kid, oh cool, they do this. That's how people react. People say like, oh cool, that's something I haven't seen. People don't say like, I wish this content creator did this thing. No, people just kind of accept like, oh yeah, this is what the content creator does. They create the content they create. Oh, cool.
Cool.
Like,
yeah.
That's how audiences work. It's weird because like people spend so long analyzing this stuff, but like I don't know if I'm just like on the really early end of what's it called? That one like graph of like the more experience you have, the less confident you get until you start getting confident
I
again.
don't know.
But if you have like no experience, you are hyper confident.
I don't know what it's called exactly, but I know what it is.
Yeah.
You're looking it up.
And
Okay.
I feel like that's perfect for this. Yeah, I'm looking it up. Here, we're looking it up together.
Yeah.
Confidence scale. I feel like that'll give it to me, right? Confidence scale. Yes, this. The weird smiley faces you see in doctor's offices and hospitals.
Huh?
Okay. Versus like skill. Yes, the Dunning-Kruger. The Dunning-Kruger.
Of course.
Yes, the Dunning-Kruger effect. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm on the early. Well, that's something someone would say if they were. I mean, I've been at that point where I'm really inexperienced with it. I've been through that, and then I slowly got way less confident with my content. I think it shows in the videos I made. Heck, I'd say it actually kind of bottomed out by the time I took a break. That was like my bottom level confidence. I was not confident in any of the content I was making, which is strange. And the thing is, I actually like my really old content that I used to actually feel somewhat confident about. It's crazy. Yeah. I actually like it. And I feel like that confidence is actually big player there.
So what are you gonna do when you come back? Like, are you gonna make the same type of old like style content?
I mean, I'm going to adapt. I'm just going to try new things, try what I find interesting. I'm going to continue to take in new inspiration. I'm going to continue to copy people who have laid the path ahead, and I'm going to learn from them, and I'm going to use those tools to create whatever I happen to end up enjoying. If I really enjoy making a certain video, I will make other videos like it, and it doesn't matter if it succeeds or not. Because eventually it probably will. If you're making really good videos and the first one doesn't succeed, if you loved making it and you love watching it, try making more. Don't give up on it.
Yeah, totally. Like me with sex appeal tier lists. And it all went back in a circle. Ha ha.
Not quite. Because like your sex appeal tier lists have been successful from the start.
Well, I mean like, no. I mean like it went back to a circle in like terms of like topics that we're talking about.
I mean, yeah, but
I started talking about sex appeal tier lists like back in like when it started.
Like one style of content I may actually go back to just because of how fun the original videos are to watch. And maybe I just have weird tastes with YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But allow me to show you possibly my favorite series on the entire channel. It was just such a beautiful little series. This right here, going around on Becto, and I found this little town, and this town had been griefed, right? Somebody griefed it. It was abandoned for a long time, and it was so weird too. But like I had such an awesome time just going back and repairing these old griefed buildings and making this little town and revitalizing the energy that was once there.
Aww.
And that is such an awesome experience, and that's why it was so good. It fits in the graph. The graph fits it.
Yeah, we solved YouTube. Yeah.
This is original new experience. This is something that has not been experienced before.
Do it. You gotta do it.
This, like, people have probably seen like a whole SMP coming together and this whole town forming and everything. That's been seen. But what about after they're gone? What happens to the buildings they left behind? I am what happened to those buildings, because I came in and I was like, I'm fixing this. Somebody took the time to grief it. I'm taking the time to restore it. I want to know what this felt like.
I know. It's like restoration videos. Have you ever seen those? But on Minecraft.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, this series was called Town Renovation. Actually, it kept switching between renovation and transformation because I could never think of transformation. I kept forgetting the name of the series. So half of the episodes are titled Renovation and half of them are titled Transformation.
Amazing.
And I know that's incredibly stupid because I could have just checked, but I didn't think of that either.
Wow. So
But this is such a good series.
Now that our stream has hit 2 hours, I think we should reflect on the fact that we just solved YouTube. A second, I think we should.
Yeah, no. This paper right here is more helpful than 99% of videos that are intentionally trying to give YouTube advice. We have accidentally cracked YouTube.
Absolutely. It is so much
the
simpler.
best things happen by accident.
Yeah, but were those videos doing well?
Were those videos doing well? Absolutely not. No.
Oh,
They
so
were
we
not.
didn't. We did not crack YouTube.
But here's the thing. Maybe that's the real thing about YouTube. You won't always get views. Not everybody does. But if you really want to succeed in YouTube, true success is coming out of it happier than you entered it.
Yep,
Like,
absolutely.
You could have all the money in the world and you could still be sad. Have you seen rich people? Like, people who were born to a rich person, they always seem to be like actually really quite sad. And I genuinely do feel bad for them because they didn't choose to be born in this position. And people almost feel like they're not allowed to be afforded any empathy because of their position.
Yeah.
But that's not true. People have struggles. And if you ask me, conflict is relative. Conflict is a relative thing. Where you are at right now, like, you may not feel like you're struggling, or you may feel like you are struggling. Like, if you are in a financially poor situation, you are struggling. And so you see a rich person and you're like, man, they couldn't be struggling because they do not have the problem I have. But from their position, they are so high up, they have problems up there that look quite daunting from their position. I'm not explaining it well, but conflict is a relative thing. How much you struggle depends on your position. Relative. Am I making any sense?
No, you are. Absolutely. Yeah, makes sense.
Like, a rich person is going to see something that we see as perfectly normal as a struggle because from their position, it is a lower point than where they are used to being at. And I feel like it's human nature to always want to go upwards. We are at our most satisfied when we are going upwards. So imagine you were born that high up. Where are you going? Where is there possibility for content in your life?
You're going down.
Yeah, exactly. There is only down to go, and that is kind of awful.
That's why I don't want to hit perfection, because then where are you gonna go? See?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I feel like the best celebrity I've ever seen in terms of like giving their kid a proper start is Jackie Chan, right? Guy was just like, whenever I'm like real old, about to die, I'm donating the vast majority of my money to charity. It's going to charity. Because if my kid's going to be successful, he's going to do it off of his own merit. Like, he's still going to give his kid an inheritance, but nothing that's really that far past the average. Which is awesome. He's giving his kid a chance to have their own success.
Of course.
That's how it should be. That's how rich people should all be.
Yeah.
Like, I love that so much.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
with YouTube, the goal is not to have a channel that makes profits. It's not stability, even. The goal is to make content that you enjoy consuming. That's it. That's it, really. That's the key. That is the real key to YouTube. You want to know how to succeed on YouTube? Shift your perspective. You relearn what success is. Success is not a matter of money. Money does not equal success. It helps, but success is happiness. Success is feeling satisfied, being able to say, I would not change my position. If someone asks you, like, what do you want to change about this current moment? Like, if you don't have a real answer, that is success. That's it. You have succeeded. You have a moment where you're happy with where you're at, who you are, what you've made.
I think that's a good one.
Wow.
That's a good way to end.
So wholesome.
That's a good way
so
to
wholesome.
I think that's a good way to end this insanely loaded episode. Where we
This
talked.
is the best episode of any podcast.
Yeah.
We have made the best podcast.
Absolutely.
Man, how did this go so well? Like, this is episode 2.
Yeah,
This is episode 2, and we have made best podcast.
Yeah, I want to see if I can get Nikita on the next episode.
Curious. What kind of topics can we expect? I'm gonna hand off the next episode to you a little more. I've kind of taken the steering wheel for this one.
Yeah, I'll take the steering wheel this time. Next time. But yeah, that's it.
What kind of ideas? What kind of ideas do you have with Nikita? What can we expect from episode 3?
I don't know. Maybe more YouTube shit, but more into like what is his like psyche? How does he do YouTube? How does he do Minecraft videos?
So,
like what's his plan?
So we take today and force him through the grinder we have made.
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
We chop him up into mincemeat so we can see every little bit of his insides.
Yes, expose Nikita for who he truly is.
Nikita exposed. That's episode 3 title.
Yeah!
Done. Let's go. Oh,
all right.
Good.
Thanks for watching.
Productive day.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you,
everyone. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to not see this, but my music. Please subscribe for my music. I really wish that. Ragon Akashi, you can do the outro because you wrote the list.
All right. I mean, I hope that everybody who has watched this has had a good, wholesome time. It's been a very wholesome day today. And
absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. I hope that you come out of this with a slightly new perspective on the very concept of content. And with that, I'd just like to say, peace. I will hold this position as long as I need to.